that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
There you go. It's Friday. We're here to talk about, some more Halloween stuff. It is our week of creature feature monster movies. And today we're going to be talking about the original, the classic, Frankenstein, 1931. Frankenstein. Starring a bunch of people and Boris Karloff. Because as a nerd, that's the only person in the movie I gave a shit about, ever. But we'll be giving you some news and information about some of the people involved in the film. Sadly, one of the actors from this film died before the second film was made. So Baron Frankenstein is actually kind of missing. And they end up referring to Elizabeth as Baroness Frankenstein, letting you know that he is now the Baron because Daddy died.
They call him Baron too.
Well, you can see in the movie that the actor that plays the Baron is not in full health.
No, he is dead. Are you talking about Colin that played Henry?
Yeah.
No. In this movie, you see the.
Oh, in this film, the guy that played the dad. Yeah, he was dead. He died in 1933, so it was like 2 years after this movie he died.
He didn't look well.
All right, Mr. Gary will feel that it will be a little unkind to present this episode without just word of friendly warning. We are to unfold the discussion of this movie, Frankenstein.
So
and Gambit says, "Hi, Charlie.
If you cannot stomach, well, you have been warned."
Nordy says hi to you too.
Hey, Snooty. Hey, Gambit. Oops, I was late with the banner.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Charlie is not at home right now. He is staying somewhere in a fancy hotel, so he's got a little bit of an echo. But none of us care because it's fun to have him here.
Really working on it. Someday.
By the way, I did it, Martin. I added him to the group.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't know I could add people, so I was just like, let's see if I can fix this.
Oh, now she has a new power that she may abuse.
No, I'm just a regular member. But I do have powers, yeah.
Now, one of the interesting things about this film is it was originally supposed to be directed by a gentleman, I think his name is Frawley. And basically, as they were moving forward with it, and his Frankenstein was going to be Bela Lugosi, but Lugosi had issues with the first script because it was just a mindless killing machine. And he did not want to do that. In fact, his exact words were, I'm a star in my home country. I will not play a scarecrow here. And so he was not happy. And there was rumors and there's stuff that says clashing background that Lugosi quit. But the fact is that Carl Laemmle Jr., and by the way, we wouldn't have the Universal Monsters if not for Laemmle Jr., because it was all his brainchild to do these things. And so he had hired a different director to make the film. That's it, Robert Florey. And he wanted a different actor. He wanted Lugosi, who had just played Dracula. And you have some carryovers from Dracula in this film. Dwight Fry, for example, he played the part of Renfield in the original film. And Frederick Kerr, who played one of the doctors in this. It was against what Henry was doing. And in Dracula, he played the part of Van Helsing. And he lived a ripe old life. He was born in the 1800s, died in the 60s. So he had a good life. A lot of involved died. But
I love
there's still more here. So they got this idea that was inspired from other films. One of them included is the Gollum movie, silent film, that they wanted a different director. So they approached James Whale to do it, and James Whale definitely didn't want Bela Lugosi as the monster. He wanted Boris Karloff because he was an actor that he felt kind of reminded him of himself, which I think that's an odd reason to want somebody to play a character. But that's why Whale wanted Karloff, and Karloff, in my opinion, was better for the role because we saw Bela Lugosi later play the monster. And it didn't work. And you did get Bela Lugosi also later playing Igor, or Igor with a Y, Y-G-O-R. And Boris Karloff returned as the monster in that one. And that was the last one he did. After that, it was either Bela Lugosi or Glenn Strange that played the monster. Well, I will tell you that they weren't really fired. They make it sound like they were fired, that Bela Lugosi and he were fired. Lugosi was back in no matter what you hear. He did have a problem with the first script, but by the time they moved forward, there was a second draft and it was much more of a humane character. And so it was becoming more of what Boris would play, a sympathetic monster. But it didn't matter because they got it in their minds to do something different. Lamel Jr. did. And so he went with James Whale and Karloff, but he felt bad. So they gave Flory and Lugosi another movie, which you talked about not that long ago, Gambit, called Murders in the Rue Morgue, based off of the murder mystery by Edgar Allan Poe. And so that was their second place prize for losing the job doing Frankenstein. And an interesting thing between this film and the second film, Jack Pierce, of course, did the amazing makeup. And he did not have a lot of prosthesis for his face. And a lot of the times he would have to do the makeup fresh each time they would shoot. So, and he would have to match it to photographs. And they had a little bit more for the second film, but there is something different about Frankenstein monster in the first film as to in The Bride of Frankenstein, which is the top of the head. And also the way the brow sits. Because in the second film, they gave the monster more of a, I don't want to say friendlier look, but
he does
more
look
sympathetic.
friendlier,
Yeah,
It's more sympathetic expression on his face. The other thing that's really noticeable in just 4 fucking years, Boris Karloff was now no longer a starving actor, and he got a little bit of skin here,
yes.
so he filled out. So he didn't
Yeah.
have he didn't have that shit going on anymore. And so when he plays the monster in The Bride of Frankenstein, his face is fuller, and you can see it. It's really noticeable. So, but anyway, Jack Pierce was brilliant with his makeup, and I still consider him, for a guy that was in a time when nobody did anything, that knew how to do that shit. That guy was a master at makeup. So there we go. That's my little intro spiel.
Speaking of makeup, do you want to show the picture where he's in the makeup chair getting the cigarette lit?
Yeah, I can do
'Cause
that.
that's awesome. He could not sit down in costume.
Well, first of all, this is one of my favorite photos. There we go.
Yeah.
Because after all,
like it.
he was blue-blooded. He was British, but he was also blue blood. His family were lords.
Look at the pinky. Sticks out as it
Yeah,
should.
pinky out. Pinky out. And let me get some more here. And I love Jack Pierce, by the way. So you're going to see Jack Pierce a couple of times. But here you see Colin, who would play Henry Frankenstein in this, lighting Boris's cigarette. And this was how he had to rest when he was in costume because he couldn't sit down. So they created this little leaning bed for him that held up his buttocks and his arms so he could relax. And good old Colin coming over lighting his cigarettes. And Colin died young. He died in 1937, just 2 years after The Bride of Frankenstein, from complications from tuberculosis, as well as the fact that his liver was gone. He was a chronic alcoholic. His wife in England wouldn't move to America. He was just miserable. Let's see. Here's a great one with James Whale posing with them. And of course, both of them are smoking. You can't see Whale's other hand. He has a cigarette in it. I love that photo. And someone did a really good job of colorizing it because the colors are pretty accurate.
Dude, we have to do Of Gods and Monsters.
Oh,
we have to.
Absolutely. After we're done with all these monster movies, I want to do that one. I'll probably do it on a Monday because guess what? Both of them are veterans, both the characters. Because James Whale fought in the First World War, while the kid that Brendan Fraser plays is a World War II vet. So the cap was one piece, and the brow was a second piece, and everything else was done fresh every day. He would sit in that chair for 4 hours prepping.
Well, it takes about as long to do prosthetics, so.
Nothing can be controlled. Control is an illusion. Sooner or later, it bursts out in your face.
Also, I want to show you the village they built for these films. It was used for Dracula, it was used in Frankenstein and The Bride of Frankenstein. Very little of it was used in this film. And here is that village, still there at Universal backlot. And you would see him walking through that archway, that very archway.
Oh, man, I will love to have a...
In fact, when the dad brings his daughter into town, it's through this village right here. A lot of cool shit, man.
What happened to Charlie?
I don't know.
think he lost connection. Wi-Fi in hotels are really at best.
That's right.
Okay,
I was hoping Mephisto would be here.
He was gently booted. I want to point that out because he did. They felt bad for Flory and for Lugosi, so they gave them a second place prize to do Murders in the Rue Morgue.
That sounds so wrong, man.
Yeah.
What does?
Second place prize.
It was.
I know, but it sounds...
I mean it to sound that way because it was kind of shitty what they did. Did you know that in VHS version, Frankenstein's line, "I know it means to be God," and the scene of the monster actually killing Maria at the lake were edited out? Well, the only thing that bothers me, even in this version that we're watching, is the full scene of him and the little girl is edited down. It's quick. When it actually went on, because when he realizes she's drowning, he panics.
Yeah,
and that's why he suddenly turns and begins walking to get help because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to swim. And they redid the scene in the second film, Bride, with the little sheep herder girl, and she's actually older. She's clearly a teenager. And
yeah, he has learned though. It's not good for people to be in water, so he picks her up and takes her out.
Yep. And
Which gets him in trouble, of course, because they think he's trying to harm her.
Well, that's the echo of what really happens in the book. Because
I know.
we've talked about this, that he's rescuing the girl and they shoot him, thinking that he's hurting her. And it just fucking drives him crazy that he's not harming anyone. And they're just want to kill him because he's different.
But they don't know that he has these qualities. The blind old man realizes that by turning him into his friend and teaching him.
Yeah, Jack Pierce was a fucking genius. What he pulled off with the Frankenstein monster and how he made him a little more scary in the first film and found a very gentle way to still look like the monster, but changed the way the eyebrows looked. And also because Boris had gained some weight, he had a totally different look. Here, I'll show you. I have this photo that I really like, this photo of him and the bride. There we go. You can see his cheeks are fuller when he played this part. Also notice the hairline's further back on his head than it is in the first film. I guess that they're trying to say that Frankenstein had monster had male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
And Elsa Lanchester is fucking gorgeous back then. My God. Her and her little perfect bow lips. They're gorgeous lips. The only thing that comes close to those lips was the lips of the female gremlin from Gremlins 2, which, by the way,
Jesus Christ,
were based on her lips.
Really?
Dun, dun, dun.
Greta, the gremlin. It's called Greta.
Greta.
Mm.
Was she,
I wonder if
was
she's
it Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
That's their way of saying fuck you.
Yeah,
Weirdo.
Because censors edited out the line, "Now I know what it feels like to be," and the killing of Maria at the lake, God, before the film could be officially previewed. Yeah, there was, look, man, they had this ordained minister who oversaw fucking movies. And if he said something had to be removed, the studios, it was the first version of the MPAA. And I personally think that studios need to be responsible for their own fucking movies and need to pay the price that they fuck up. We need to do away with the MPAA because it's bullshit. It ruins movies.
Arbitrary.
Brian. Ruined.
I want to remind you that fucking violence in Blade Runner, if they didn't tone it down, they gave it an NC-17 or X rating. The MPAA did that. And
yeah, there was no X.
Blade Runner now, it's really tame. That violence is not that bad. And it's like, fuck, man, I fucking hate the MPAA. And fuck Steven Spielberg for helping them get bigger. Murders of the Rue Morgue tanked in 32. Well, it's not a good movie. It's really not very good. Like I said before, Gambit, the version I like, and I don't know if you've seen it, but the version with George C. Scott, Val Kilmer, and Joanna Whalley, that was the movie where they met. And I really liked that version. I felt like they did a better job adapting Edgar Allan Poe's story. Yes, she was. Yes, I've read about this, and it's so fucking disgusting that he, I will say the one thing, shit sandwich. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
God damn it.
And they said some shit about, they said some stuff like that about Tyrone Power too. But I have never seen anybody confirm that. I have read other people confirming about Lawton's penchant and that he was also a closet homosexual. But that's not related to the poop eating.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm making it clear. I'm not connecting them. There were two separate things.
No, I'm just beyond disgusted. Of all the things I did not need to know, Gary. Fuck you.
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you, man. That was Bride of Frankenstein was the end of it for me until Abbott and Costello, and then I started going back and watching movies because they made Frankenstein fun again and scary. Whoop, Charlie going on?
He's back.
Well, he never left. He just bounced down off stage. That was weird. There was a short movie called Boo, which includes a scene from Frankenstein. Yeah, the fuller face from Bride was characterized by the fact that by now Boris could eat more. No, that's exactly what I was saying earlier, is that he wasn't a starving actor anymore. So he put on a little weight, so his sunken in cheeks were gone. And but still, I am such a big Boris Karloff fan. Thriller was one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and he was the host. And I love his last movie called Targets. Does anybody even remember that movie?
Haven't seen
Nope.
it.
It is kind of like a spin on the Texas Tower shooter and Helter Skelter. And the movie was directed by Peter Bogdanovich. This is his first movie. And by the way, that's the same actor right there that played Van Helsing in Dracula. Yep. And he is not foreign. He's American.
Yes.
His
guys,
parents
we have two Charlies and both are in the back office.
Yes.
What's going on there?
We got to remove one.
This
the
phone is better for this. Apparently,
this one or this one?
One.
Oh, not that one. It's got the feedback.
Get away from the. Hold on a sec. Use the one that's moving.
All right, I'm going to get out. Drop me out of the other one.
All right, I'll kick you. There you go. Go.
All right. Now it should work.
Now I'm going to tell you that Carl
Once I can't hear a motherfucking thing.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have the Monsterverse. It is all because of his son, Junior, that we have this, because he was a fucking nerd, like big time nerd. And he loved monster stories. And so his dad gave him the keys to the car and said, go have fun. And look what he fucking did. We owe it all to Carl Lamel Jr. Hey, Daryl, how you doing? I haven't said hi to everybody in the chat. So we got Gambit here. How you doing, buddy? Snorty, of course. Hello, Snorty. Slasher Fred and Andy Morrow. By the way, and Daryl Brewer, right. And Snorty, I wanted to say to you that I did a post over on Twitter, but I can't remember what your Twitter handle is, so I didn't tag you. And it's an image of what's his name? Former ambassador that looks like a walrus.
No. Don't send Snorty after him. He will try.
No, I said my post said I look forward to them sending him back to his natural habitat somewhere in the Arctic, being eaten by a polar bear.
Speaking of polar bears, he needs his intro, his hello video.
Yes. Get to it, Martin. Do your fucking job.
I was waiting for you
It's
to shut
new,
up. But okay.
So.
Here we go.
Yeah, when it comes to doing that stuff, get on with it.
Oh, please tell me now.
Oh, come on, Martin. Stop cussing. This is Martin's favorite video. He doesn't know I have this.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah.
Of course, I know. I put him here. But you missed the second part. Let me find it.
Okay, so he's back again on this one.
Yeah, got to go with it. I'll try and turn the volume down so you don't get the echo so bad. That's probably the best thing.
Oh, you bastard! Right. You deleted this.
Here's Johnny.
You deleted the continuation from the Daddy Chill.
I don't remember what it was.
It was.
So if you can add it back on, add it back on.
No, there's no room anymore.
Now I've been hearing from Bush in the groups, but I have not heard from him recently. I hope he's doing okay. Bush, if you're out there, man, I hope you're doing well, man. You're in my prayers every night, brother. Every night.
Andrew Hammerschlag, welcome.
Hi, Thunder.
That limey cocksucker. You're so great as you're so good as Boris Karloff's sidekick. Sidekick. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I'm glad he got the Oscar for that.
Yeah, just for that one line.
Yeah, he won just for that scene. But he's great in the whole fucking movie. We need to do this movie. I've talked about it so many times with Anima. I fucking love the movie Ed Wood. Ed Wood. Yeah. Directed by Tim Burton. And it's this, and Johnny Depp plays the part of Ed Wood. And
I don't remember that.
The best impressions I've ever seen of Johnny Depp as Ed Wood is Mac. Mac does a perfect impression of Johnny Depp, including that weird grin that he does. He does that like fake smile that Ed Wood would do in the movie. I fucking love that movie. I really do.
Johnny Depp, you can say a lot of things bad about him, but as far as acting, he has some interesting choices and has some interesting abilities. Personally, I think he's a douche, but otherwise, I think that he...
Well, first of all, he leaves America because he doesn't want to pay taxes. And then the taxes, because they go socialist in France, so the taxes are even higher there now. So he moves back to the United States. And I'm like, look, man, stop being a fucking pussy about it. Now, I didn't like what was done to him. I really didn't. That's criminal what was done to him. But that doesn't mean I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great actor, but I think he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
For what he did, I fucking can't stand people who don't love their fucking country.
Yeah.
And don't appreciate how lucky we have it here.
Right.
So,
a country that's given you so much. You can complain about a lot of stuff, but America up to now has had its people in its best interest.
And I think
it's in most cases.
That's why I left the Democratic Party, was because they started filtering in all those socialists who are anti-America. And now the Democratic Party is a fucking wreck. It's like a wild dog you bring in out of the woods covered in ticks. That's the Democratic Party right now. And you got to get those fucking socialists out of there and get the party back to being pro-America again. Back when Hubert Humphrey, because I loved Hubert Humphrey.
Yeah. He was
one of my heroes.
Guy, man.
Yeah, he was. He was a hero of mine, very patriotic, served, in office, served the military. I fucking love that man. Yeah. My name is on X, is the same as okay, Anima, you tell him, because you've seen me try to tag people, and it doesn't autofill some people. So I tried tagging you as sort of poopus, and it wouldn't fucking bring you up.
Nope, it didn't.
That makes me so fucking angry when X does
It's really annoying. Facebook is so much better with this.
And I don't like Facebook. I hardly ever.
I don't.
Facebook so I can keep tabs on my loved ones. That's it. That's how I keep tabs on Charlie, my children, my extended family, including the fucking ones I don't ever want to talk to again. I at least know they're not dead, so I can keep an eye on them. And also old friends. Yeah. Some of them not really close friends. Charlie's, one of those people. I tried finding your ass for years. It pissed me off. I couldn't find you. And I kept finding different numbers for you. Finally, I got one in Richmond. Was it Richmond? When I called you the first time, were you in Richmond?
The first time we got contact, I was in Norfolk or Virginia Beach.
Norfolk, then. That's the number that worked. Because I kept trying different numbers for you and couldn't find you. And I was getting so aggravated. And I'm like, I do not want to hit my fucking 50s and to find him. Yeah. And of course, I was in my 50s when I found him.
Like it or not. Back in the day.
I love this clip where we see some of the scenes from the first movie. And I love that they had James Whale come back to direct both films. And they are booking films that should have been one movie. The thing that's really weird, though, is this movie opens with the scene with Lord Byron, Percy, and Mary Shelley.
No, you're in the second movie, Gary.
I know, I'm talking
You're
about
right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's in my brain. I apologize. But yeah, it's just, it's so weird that they opened the second movie with that instead of like having it at the beginning of the first one. And Jesus Christ, that guy playing Lord Byron, someone needs to take a wiffle bat to that guy and beat the fucking shit out of him with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Why wiffle?
Rolling his
because ruffles have riffles.
You know, we're doing early, late, 18th century, early 19th century. So all of a sudden, everybody, that fucker's rolling his arms. I guarantee you, Lord Byron didn't fucking talk that way.
Yeah.
So, hey, Willie's here. Willie, the Monkey Kings of Music. There we go. Oh man, you guys are talking about one of my all-time favorite movies. Oh, Deep Throat.
Oh my God.
I hope you chuckled on that one when I said that. Not choked on it. Chuckled. I said chuckled, not choked.
Chuckles.
Willie, good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Yeah, Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein are great films. And Dwight Frye, by the way, plays Fritz here. Is hunchbacked little fucking annoying prick. I mean, he's the reason why the monster is so fucking enraged because he's constantly fucking with him.
Yeah.
Well,
if I can go back because I've had so many technical difficulties, I didn't want to just say I really watched this movie about a year ago on last Halloween, around the last Halloween, because I wanted to saturate some of that stuff, some of the whale movies, the the original Dracula, stuff like that. And I was glad I did because my point of reference up to this was Young Frankenstein, which I absolutely adore, but it's like funny that it filled in blanks for me that I didn't understand in Young Frankenstein. Jokes that were there that I was like, oh, now I see what he's talking about.
Yeah, because if you see Young Frankenstein with never having seen these two films,
yeah,
technically there's jokes in there from even Ghost of Frankenstein.
Right.
And the whole thing with the Burgermeister with the wooden arm thing. Yeah. That's clearly that's Son of Frankenstein. That's Son of Frankenstein.
Yeah. And
where that version of the character, their parody, has hold on, go back to that one. I was reading it. Has the actress who played the barmaid in Invisible Man. That was she Elsa Lanchester, Invisible Man? I don't remember that. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on, give me a sec.
She could be the other one.
Yeah.
I think he means Frankenstein's fiance. And not
Elsa. Gotcha. The funny thing about the second movie too is they do the question mark with the bride, and it's clearly Elsa Lanchester.
Right.
They only credit her in the script as Mary Shelley. My dad saw this when it first released. Holy shit! Admission was a nickel. Yeah, it's about how much it was for my dad, because my dad was old enough in 39 and 40 to go to movies. Right. And he said it was about a nickel to get into the theater. And the theater he went to is the same theater I went to, the Will Rogers. I saw so many movies at the Will Rogers. It's now historically protected theater. And so nobody can ever tear it down. And it not only called the Will Rogers Theater, when they opened it, Will Rogers was there for the grand opening. He cut the ribbon. Colin Clive's Dr. Fritz and Dwight Frye's Fritz have been parodied many times. Yes.
And Fritz is always misnamed as Igor or Igor, right?
Well, Igor or
parodies,
Igor
those
came
parodies.
later
Yeah.
because Bela Lugosi played Igor in that Frankenstein film, and that was, I think, the ghost of Frankenstein.
Yeah. I wanted to say on that note about how much it costs to go see movies like that when our parents were kids. My mom, she was one of 6 kids and one of 2 girls. So the boys were all older and would pick on them. And they all go to the movies together on a Saturday, and they get a quarter each. And my mother remembered the first day that she was too old to pay. She could originally pay admission and have like 5 cents or something for candy or popcorn and a drink. And the time that she finally had to pay the higher price and couldn't get the popcorn and drink because her admission had gone up, just broke her heart.
Just to let you know, when I was a kid, when you and I were both kids, because you're not that much older than me, movies were about 75 cents for us as kids. But for the matinees, it was 50 cents.
Yeah.
And that was like, we could go see a fucking movie for 50 cents as kids on a Saturday.
I remember when I was probably a teenager, it was maybe $2.50 for like a regular, a time to go see at night, regular show. And then started precipitously going up, or exponentially, I should say. It just, so yeah, and now it's what, like $20 or something for a ticket. It all depends on where you go, and
it depends where you go. I do an average of between $14 and $16 for an adult
right.
price.
Do you get a senior discount yet?
I haven't been to a theater in so long.
Yeah.
Like last year was the last time I went to a movie, and I didn't even ask for it. But I did get a dipshit discount once.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're dipping shit in the lobby, and
yeah, I'm a dumbass. Oh, you're a dumbass? Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing as a dipshit? It is. Yeah, you get the discount. All right, thank you.
It's higher than
I like turtles.
retarded, but lower than the regular.
Yeah, Martin, I love that. Like, that's one of my favorite little catchphrases. If you want to sound stupid, I like turtles. Frank, hey, D-Bud is here. What's up, brother?
Yes, he is.
Frankenstein is my favorite of the Universal movies, followed very closely by Bride of Frankenstein. Look, man, I got to tell you, I'm a fan of all of them, but my absolute favorites were in the 50s. I loved Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I also loved Revenge of the Creature. I fucking love those movies, man.
I feel personally offended because everybody always left out Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I liked the version with Abbott and Costello with Boris Karloff. I like that, the comical version of Jekyll and Hyde.
I think that was an interesting thing they did, putting those guys with the Universal monsters. It was just kind of
it was fucking brilliant. And guess again who did that?
Yeah.
Carl Lammel Jr. Carl Lammel saw that as a potential to breathe new life into it. It was an experiment, and it fucking worked.
Right. See, that's like the regeneration of horror films with movies like Scream and stuff like that, where you started making fun of the tropes and everything.
Yeah, that's the problem with people though, is they don't realize that Scream is a parody.
Yeah.
And then they make a movie called Scary Movie, a parody of a parody. And I'm like, okay, that's like a hat on a hat.
What are we going to do now? Make a parody of a parody of a parody? Even Scary Movie. Oh, yeah.
Gary?
Yeah, Martin.
Daryl is doing precise work painting, so do better jokes so you can ruin it when he bursts in laugh.
Well, our other
I'm sorry.
She was crocheting and listening to us. Our other friend, I can't remember her name. The one whose husband also will sign on. Anyone?
Emmanuel with Regis.
I'm pretty sure that's who it was. She said she was crocheting. Somebody was crocheting. And
it's probably Emmanuel. It's either that or Penny, but I'm assuming it was Emmanuel. I have another friend
who was Penny.
Yeah, I do remember Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm wrong.
I just fucking love that movie. And the thing that always pissed me off about that film was the fact that what is that makeup family? Hollywood makeup family.
Westmore.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. One of them was the senior makeup artist for the movie Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Would that be Freddie?
And
I think that's
no.
That would have Freddie's later. Yeah, the guy who was in the suit up until his death, I think he's dead now. I don't know, but he wasn't moving very much when I saw him. But he did the Comic-Con thing constantly. I think that was his sole, other than maybe Social Security was his like sole income. But
this is what I'm trying to get at with this is Millicent Patrick was the unnamed hero for sculpting the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Westmore took credit for it. And it wasn't until a handful of years ago that it finally was made public that he did not design that creature.
Yeah,
that it was Millicent Patrick who designed the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and it's one of my favorite all-time monsters.
First name, either that or nickname. I think Bud Westmore comes to mind. Something.
I think it might be Bud Westmore. Let me go look that one up.
Yeah,
because I know it's Westmore. Makeup department. Yes, it was him. He was the head of that department. And what happened was when they were going to take a photo, he made her sit down, and he stood with the maquette. That was the master artwork that they made the molds from. And that's when it all started. That fucking prick did that. I ordered that book on Frankenstein, the True Story. I should get it Monday with some other stuff you'll probably like, PCM. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you will join us next week because I'm going to have the guy who wrote that book.
Oh, cool. Well, it looks like maybe between us, I may be help for your brain. I forget things too, but occasionally I can fill in your blanks and you can fill in mine, like in normal conversation. You don't get that?
I really don't know how to take that.
You're fucking old as well. That's how to take that.
No, it's just filling in my blanks. I'm like, what? What?
Not your cracks and crevices, just your brain, your blanks.
Your tanks and vehicles. So if I laugh and screw it up, it's just camouflage. Okay, there you go, Carol.
You're safe.
The laboratory scene in which Henry and Fritz experiment on the creature, and you'll see it happen later, was inspired by Metropolis. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, it was on Bela Lugosi's turn of being in one of the Frankenstein films that led to his fear of those machines, which they kind of alluded to in Ed Wood, because he got shocked by it. At least he says he did.
Right. There's a big gap between his reality and his reality, his assumed reality, because he was, I think, he was a heroin addict and everything.
Who are we talking about now?
Bela.
Bela became a drug addict. He was the first celebrity drug addict to go into treatment.
Yeah,
and his was the pain medication, morphine, shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't think it was heroin. I think it was straight up morphine.
But I think, I think he rotted his brain pretty good somewhere along the line, and that kind of got him, a little skitsy, maybe disremembering things and stuff.
Disremembering, I like that.
That's my plague right now. For all the cool stuff I can remember, there's shit that I drop every day.
Okay, did you write me personally? Because I don't spend any time over on the PCM Twitter page. That's Martin and John and whoever else is working on it. I don't see anything from you.
I got signed out again, so I can't do shit on there.
Let me just look you up.
That's the only where I don't have powers. The PCM Twitter.
Thank God.
Oh God, Nina Infinity. I really dig her. She is so funny. It's like I went, Jesus Christ. Tom Cruise has ruined another beautiful actress. He's engaged now to Ana de Armas, and I'm like, fuck off, dude. Seriously, I love your movies, but fuck completely off Tom Cruise. Stop doing this. Stop it. Leave these beautiful actresses the fuck alone. Keep them away from Scientology, you bastard.
Haven't you done enough damage, motherfucker?
Oh, wait. What's this? Nina, I didn't even know they were dating, she says. Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas have split up after realizing, quote, the spark was gone between them, end quote. I hope that's true. I hope that's true because I like her so much.
I guess
Not like
she just turned 26, I guess.
No.
she's just too young.
What should happen is that he said, do you want to join the church? And she said, no. And that's it.
Well, the behind the scenes story with what's her name that played Black Widow was that she got invited to on a date with him and found out it was a big dinner thing with Scientology.
Yeah.
And she excused herself to the bathroom and climbed out the window.
Smart.
That's the story that's been told.
And I think I remember that story being told on Jimmy
I like
Kimmel,
her even more.
Yeah.
This guy's also a terrible actor.
Yep. Page 6 has it, says why Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas' relationship fizzled out. Yeah.
He's young and beautiful.
Yeah.
And needs to find somebody closer to her own age within 10 years. You know?
No, he can do
in
that.
her 20s, she needs to do it within 10 years. Now, once she gets to about 35, doesn't matter.
Come on, Gary.
Because you've got your shit figured out by 35. If you don't have your shit figured out by 35, I've got sad news for you. You are fucked.
He needs them young so they have enough life force to extract.
Well, he didn't want to do stuff because he was a dramatic actor. And that's how he approached Dracula. And he was, but the thing is as they started putting him in those movies, that was pretty much all he was getting after a while. Because he couldn't lose the accent.
Yeah. He
so
admittedly, couldn't do that.
You're limited in what you can do. And he had a great, promising stage presence too, because he played Dracula all the way up towards the end of his life on stage.
And it's funny that back then they were so about the accent and that it didn't fit anything else. Whereas, in the 90s and stuff, you had, what's his name, who was married to Melanie Griffith. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. Antonio never got rid of his accent, but he did a fair amount of work.
Not to mention Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
Who's probably the biggest movie action star of all time.
You got to have a clip of him saying, "Get in the chopper" every time we bring his name.
Well, we have Anima.
We
She
have
says
to.
that to me all the time.
All right, Anima.
Anima, when you guys aren't around, she'll go, "Get to the chopper."
The chopper.
Well, the funny thing is,
not doing it now. What am I, a trained monkey?
He's got a rural accent.
You are.
His Austrian accent is very farmer, rural. And Anima is like, she's from Vienna where they speak High German, and so they make fun of Arnold there. And this is the funniest part. He offered to dub in German all of his parts for any German-speaking countries, and they said, "No, we're good.
We're cool.
We got a guy. We've got a guy. But I'm the actually actor. I do it myself." And they're like, "No."
Yeah, the problem is he speaks
like your accent.
He speaks the dialect from Styria and German, probably Switzerland too. Germany and Switzerland would have had problems understanding that. And it does sound very peasant-like. You don't want an action star to talk like a fucking farmer.
It's pretty bad when you don't want to be used to speak your native tongue, because people can't understand you.
D-Bud, you have my sympathies, brother. Bella used morphine to cover his pain. Yep. That's what I was talking about earlier, because Charlie thought it might have been morphine. I mean, heroin. I'm like,
Heroin.
no, his was straight morphine. And
Right.
boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
John Bowles was a soprano in 29, and he started his acting career at 29. Well, if we're going to get into that, we can talk about Douglas Fairbanks Sr. His career was over the minute talkie started because he did not have a manly voice. Same thing with the actor who played Valentino. They were great in silent films, but the minute the talkie started, they're like way up here. It's like the voice doesn't match the face.
Yeah. Come on, boys, let's rustle up them cattle.
God damn.
Mae Clarke began appearing in a movie called Waterloo Bridge in 31, distributed Warner Brothers by James Whale. It was the director who personally picked Clarke over Bette Davis for the role. That's interesting. I got to be honest. I love her acting, Bette Davis, but she's not attractive.
I never thought she was, really.
She's in that movie Jezebel, and I'm like,
films, she was okay, but she wasn't.
I'd have to be really fucking, drunk to sleep with someone that looked like Bette Davis when she was young.
Yeah.
I'd look at her and go, the first thing out of my mouth is, I need to pound down some drinks, baby.
Yeah.
So in other
words, for you, if you were given the choice, Joan Crawford or Bette Davis, you pick Joan Crawford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Any day of the week. I just would know better than to use wire coat hangers around her.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I was laughing yesterday because in the hotel, you know how they have the sprinkler systems, and on there's a sign with a hanger with an X in it. So they don't want you to hang the wire, the hangers from there. And I immediately went to no wire hangers.
Gambit, she's not his wife yet. She's his fiancée.
His fiance.
They're about to get married.
What about Sammy Davis, Tim?
Just a cool cat, man. It's just a cool cat.
Well, I don't know what he's asking me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
We play videos for some of our audience.
Yeah.
Because you did Snorty earlier, right?
Yep.
I was high on morphine, so I don't remember.
Way to bring it around town.
So I don't know what you're talking about, Tim. Is there something I missed? Yeah, I don't know what you're referencing, buddy. Bette Davis. So would Sammy Davis Jr. do then? No, I would have to be like in a whole different body. In other words, another person, not me, to do that. But I love Sammy Davis Jr. I really did. He was a great fucking actor and dancer. Okay, singer. Yeah, this is the actor who died, right? Within 2 years of this movie, and wasn't able to play the Baron in the second film, even though it's supposed to be like that same day.
The character is
so
funny.
The movie begins on the same day that the windmill burned down. So,
well, he suffered a bad case of tassel ear. It looks like.
Well, it happens.
It happens. You get that tassel.
It's a fungal growth. Yeah.
Yeah. Horrible
that shit.
Gets in and tickles your brain.
Yeah, I've already talked about this. You've been here, Gambit. You fucking know I talked about it. I showed a fucking photo. Jesus Christ. Again. Here you go. Give me a second. I talked about this. That it was built and started being used by Universal for Dracula, Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. You see more of it in Bride. Back freaking film strip. Karloff remarked on the difficulty with his rival's accent. If you poor Bella, he never took the trouble to master the language. It killed his career. It really killed his career.
So kept him being a sidekick.
Boris's sidekick.
Yeah, Boris's
and
sidekick.
they did like each other. They were friends.
Yeah, they're friendly. Yeah.
And I don't think they really saw it as rivals. One of my favorites was when Boris Karloff and Vincent Price, who were very chummy, thanks to Roger Corman, they became friends.
Huh.
And they appeared on, I do believe it was the Red Skelton show, singing together, doing musical numbers. And what's odd is, that they did split the movie up the way they did. And the movies aren't very long. They're just a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess you get it, Sandra.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Are we still in this scene with the fucking tassel? Jesus Christ. You got tassels and castles in this movie.
Tassels and cat. I think that was the Three Stooges movie that they made. Tassels and the Castles.
I like his outfit. That's what they were when they were at home. Cozy slippers, weird hats, and the coat.
Why would you wear?
And the odd thing about Colin here, the guy that plays Henry, his death was like so fucking weird. He was a drunk. In fact, he was drunk often on the set. And if they had to do a over-the-shoulder shot, people were usually holding him up because he would just get so drunk he'd fall asleep on the set.
Jesus, that's bad.
And they would prop him up for the camera. And crazy shit with this guy.
Yeah,
he died young. His wife, I think that had a lot to do with his state of mind. His wife refused to come to America from England. And that's where his career was in America. And so he died without her. And this is the weird part. What did he die of? Wasn't the fucking booze and liver. It was fucking tuberculosis.
Well, that's why he shouldn't do 2 shows a night. Just shouldn't do it. He smokes too many cigarettes. He can't do it.
Was that Beetlejuice?
Yes.
I like it.
He did 2 shows a night.
Now he refuses to do 2 shows a night.
It was based on the unproduced play. And yeah, I talked about that actually on Wednesday. And yes, it's there was a play. What was the name of the play? Does anybody remember it? I forget the title.
Hold on. Jesus Christ, load. I have the fucking page open. An Adventure in the Macabre.
No, there was another name.
Oh, there's so many names.
So, Martin, how's it going, man? We're have a side conversation over here.
Yeah. While they go deeper into the rabbit hole.
That's right.
By the way, John Carradine is in Bride of Frankenstein.
Ah.
Anybody because he would go on later to play Dracula.
He must have been pretty young then.
Presumption, or The Fate of Frankenstein.
Oh.
That was it. Presumption. That's the play that they bought.
Applause, applause. He found the information he was searching for. We need a producer off camera.
I always know what I'm looking for. John Gilbert was one of the victims of the talkie era. Yeah. Because during the showing of his film Glorious Night, The audience laughed at how badly it was. Yeah. That happened to a lot of them, man. Douglas Fairbanks Sr., man, fucking career was over with talkies. The tragedy of the creature in this film, by the way, High Country Shape Media, the best avatar of all of our audience. It is basically a mixture of Michael Myers meets James Hong. I only do eyes. The tragedy of the creature in this film is that he's not intentionally destructive. No, he's not. He lacks malice.
Wait. He picked the wrong brain. He didn't pick the normal brain. He picked the criminal brain. That might have something to do with it. He picked abnormal.
Double name abnormal. Normal.
Yeah.
Abby Normal, huh? Abby, you gave me normal brain. Yeah.
Dean production. I think it was the redemption of Frankenstein. It was called Redemption or the Fall of Frankenstein.
Oh.
Anderson's play with yourself. Okay. Just remember, as David Gerald once said, self-abuse is the most sincerest kind. Carradine was the one of the hunters at the Hermit's place. You know, I used to be friends with him. And the day that he found out I was conservative, he unfriended me.
Damn.
Wouldn't talk to me anymore.
You're a conservative? Oh shit! Let me click off.
Yeah, I was friends with you. Fuck you.
All these years, yeah.
Carradine was one of the hunters. Yes, exactly. He's the one who sees him first at the old man's, the old blind guy's hut. That's a young John Carradine. And it was during this period that he trained David how to use a belt in a closet. Nobody? Nothing?
No.
You fucking heathens. He hanged himself in a closet with a belt.
I know that. I just didn't want to react to that.
I was just
I'm too good for your humor.
Karloff doing the
Kind of.
Karloff doing the whole Shawshank Redemption pose, you know, there with his arms up. How do you rip that off? Something.
Well, there was so much movement with his arms. That's why they made that special chair for him. And because he couldn't sit down. When he was in full costume, he was incapable of sitting down. And so they created this cool ass fucking seat for him.
You can see how stiff he is in that costume every time he falls over or passes out.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's so clumsy.
I just fucking love that photo of him.
Yeah.
Colin coming over to light a cigarette.
Yeah, back in the day when they still thought that smoking was healthy.
And just so you know, the reason he's doing that for him is because he has been shooting for like 10 to 12 hours, doing all that gesticulating with his hands because he can't talk.
Yet.
And his fucking arms were like fucking noodles. And he would have to sit for a while to be able to perform again later because his arms would just get so exhausted from playing the creature. Oh, perfect image right there. Yeah. I love that shot. And he's got his hands out, wanting, needing something. And fucking Fritz torturing him with the torch and fucking whip.
Yeah. Fritz was an asshole. I think you guys were already covering that.
Oh, he got his just desserts.
Oh, yeah, he got
he did, yeah.
Oh, Frankenstein monster broke his neck. Oh, well. Hunchbacks, they're a dime a dozen. You can find another one. You can't throw a rock in downtown, Frankenstein without hitting a hunchback.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Just a dime a dozen.
I know Martin was going to be the one that was going to laugh at that.
What do you mean?
Come on down to unpainted hunchbacks. We got hunchbacks.
I was on this train going to Phoenix, Charlie, with Zoe, and there was a gang of us. We all just sat talking to each other the whole train ride from Kansas City down to Arizona, and it was a nice ride. And there was this young black man. I'm still friends with him to this day on Facebook. And he says to me, he says, and where are you and Zoe from? I said, we're from Springfield. And he goes, Springfield. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. Oddly famous for its Chinese food. It's so popular there, you can't throw a rock without hitting a Chinese restaurant in Springfield, Missouri. And he goes, shh, like that. And he points at this Asian couple sitting in front of me. And I looked at them, I went, they're Japanese. Racist.
Oh,
And he just started laughing because I called him on it, man. I'm like, they're Japanese racist.
Yeah.
And we had such a wonderful trip. They were great people.
oh my
The
God.
poor Japanese couple spoke no English, so they couldn't get in.
Frankenstein.
We had Blackula. Why wasn't there Blackenstein? Right?
Yeah, 2 movies of Black.
When they were doing those fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Blaxploitation movies. They did Blackula. Why not Blackenstein? Why not the Black Wolf?
The wolf was
You
black. His fur was black. So there you have it.
No, it's what it should have been was this nerdy black guy who becomes like the Claire, the Saturday Night Live character that the player, you know.
Oh yeah,
that looks like we're out of Cabofier.
That's
Looks like
like
Cabofier.
Call it number 2. What do you have to say?
Well, you sound like you're ugly, so I don't think you have anything to worry about.
You just go along with your business.
I fucking love that. The movie is dumb, but I enjoy the movie too. And it was the first time I really saw Will Ferrell in a movie. Was in that movie, and I fucking laughed at his character. That's a fun movie. And what was that called? The player? No, what did he call that movie?
The Ladies' Man.
Ladies' Man. That was it.
That was one of those things where Mike Myers and Dana Carvey opened up the door with Wayne's World, and every freaking skit had to have that stuff.
This right here, Martin.
Oh,
Wait. Oh shit! There is a Blackenstein from 1973.
What?
No, I'm talking about what's on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Snorty says, by the way, no self-respecting polar bear would eat John Bolton.
Holy!
There was
No.
a movie, Blackenstein. Look it up. Are you fucking serious?
No, I got it. I got it.
He already
I
has
got
it.
it.
Martin's all over it, man.
Your screen.
Yeah, he loves racist shit.
Fuck off.
Holy shit, 1973.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got some nice titties.
That is Blackenstein.
Black
Oh my
Frankenstein, Blackenstein. Holy shit.
Now, when
I've
you get
never
into those,
seen that, dude.
the blaxploitation films gets me to the two-headed man where one
Oh yeah,
That
I
was
love
Rosie
that movie.
That was Rosie Greer.
and Ray Milland, was it?
Ray Milland is in that one. Man, yeah. I remember seeing that in a drive-in with my brother. Yeah, my dad when my dad kidnapped me, and took me across the country, he couldn't go to R-rated movies anymore unless he took me. So I went to a lot of R-rated movies. And I'm like, well, that's no different because like when my brother Steve had to babysit me, he'd want to take his girls to an R-rated movie. And so I would end up in the back seat of the car and we'd go to a drive-in and watch movies like that one. And I saw that movie, The Two-Headed Man. I saw I forgot the name of the movies, the bloody horror films from Italy.
Giallo.
I know what you're
Giallo.
talking about.
Giallo movies. I saw the movie The Cat o' Nine Tails there. I also saw the previous film before it, which was called oh my God. Had Tony, oh my God.
A lot of these films lived on as midnight movies at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Where I came in on the tail end, there's a guy in Richmond, good friend of mine now, Ray Bentley, and he was known as the Movie Machine. And he would have movies like Tars, Jane, Cheetah, and Boy, and then like Blood Beach and all these movies that you don't see. And then on top of it, he'd have something like Pink Floyd's The Wall in another thing. He had a fourplex, and we'd put them all over. So it was kind of a window into some of that stuff.
The bird with, I couldn't find it, but I just remembered it. The bird with the crystal plumage.
Yeah.
It was another serial killer film. Saw that with my brother at the same drive-in theater. I saw so many films I shouldn't have been watching as a small child with
That
either my brother
explains a lot.
or my dad. Oh,
It does
I
explain a
guarantee you
lot, but
it gave me a very
today's-
dark sense of humor early.
Yeah. But there's just a lot of kids today are numb to that stuff, because
And
they
that's
got so bad. I mean, it just got so descriptive. Just more and more gore had to be used. And
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Benny.
We love Penny.
and Chinatsky.
Because I will tell you why. If Penny hadn't had her son, Danny and I would have never met.
Yep,
And fallen in love with each other.
that's right.
That's an actual fact. We were talking about that the other day, Penny, that we have you to thank for bringing us together. So there you go. Bet you didn't know that,
you
Penny.
could also say, you got me in trouble, Penny.
Thanks a lot. Sarcastic,
Yeah.
underlined.
Because back in the day, Danny decided that I would be on the show as a guest to discuss The Boys. He didn't even ask me. He just decided, Gary, you want more girls? I have one for you. And I was sitting there listening, and then Gary was like, yeah, let's do it tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, shit. Holy fuck, I can't do this. I was so nervous.
Well, Shinatsky, I don't know how well adjusted I am.
That's questionable to this day.
Because
but
it's known I really have a very quick temper, but it's also I quickly get over it too when I get angry.
yeah, it's to the point now I can look at Gary and just like, and then he's over it. It's just give him a dirty look and like,
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
Like Charlie was there that night. He asked me. I don't even remember what the fuck you asked me. We were hammered, and I was drinking out of my little crystal pewter fucking stein. And you asked me a question at the wrong fucking moment. You don't know that. It's my fucking brain. And I said, I don't want to fucking talk about it. And I smashed my favorite beer stein on the wall and walked away, and then like came back downstairs. Like, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
yeah. Back then I was kind of like more acquisitive about it. I was like, what the hell?
What the fuck button did I just push? I need to know it so I can do it
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
That's
right.
funny.
Keep poking that bear.
Oh yeah, that's interesting, Gambit. I didn't know that. Gary's racism is most casual, and it's only focused on people named Martin. I don't know how to respond to that because I love Martin Luther King. God damn it! A black
You accused me of being German. That was racist too.
Now there is a Martin that I don't like. The person that he was named after is Martin Luther. I'm not a big fan of Martin Luther. He had some fucking weird shit. If you like, just think that all he's known for is breaking from the Catholic Church over tithing. You don't know fucking shit about that dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that dude, he was fucking weird. Like Charles Lawton weird. Anyway, blaxploitation film that should have been made. Blunch Black of Blotch Blame. Oh, fuck off, Tim.
Oh, gosh. Bad, Tim.
Lunch Black of Blood Blade.
It should just be the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, Notre Bitch. There you go. Notre Bitch. Yo, man, Notre Bitch. Because Henry says, if you ever talk like that, people call you mad. But if you could discover just one of these things that eternity actually represents, I would care less if they did think I was mad.
Okay. Yeah. Quote.
It is so
Now-
weird that they changed his name from Victor to Henry, and the reason behind that. I find that
And they-
stupid. They're
and
not
they
having
gave-
his friend in there.
They-
Henry,
Yeah,
what's
Clavel.
his name? Clevel. Yeah,
Clavel,
they don't have
yeah.
him in the movie. And they decide, yeah, Victor sounds like a bad guy's name, so we name him Henry instead. And I'm like, yeah, you.
And they, no, Clavel is in the movie, but it's Victor Clavel.
Oh yeah, that's
They
switched,
swapped
that's
the
right.
names, and
Yeah.
he's a slimy son of a bitch that is trying to get his bride.
Well, one
By
of
the way,
Mhm.
this is the death of the good doctor that's trying to convince Henry to not do this shit. But he's still helping him.
Yeah.
And this is the moment he leans in to listen to the heart, and Frankenstein monster's hand comes up and fucking murders him.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He murders him to death.
murders him to death. That's right.
He
That's right,
brutally murdered him, as if there's really not a brutal way to murder somebody. Like, I'll
Yeah.
smother him with a pillow is not brutal.
I'll only
have you ever
slightly
smothered?
murder him.
It's fucking horrible. All murder is brutal.
Even if it's murderly dirtily, like
Murderly dirtily.
oh
I
god,
did
I'm
not
murderly
know
dirty
that about the
somebody.
name change. Oh, look at that, Anima. You educated one of our audience that he didn't know that.
I do my research.
Also noticed in the acting in this is that some of the men are quite, if they're educated, they seem somewhat effeminate, if you will, or just genteel.
Well, there's a reason for that.
yeah,
You
Because
know
they're
what it
gay?
is? No, because James Whale is a flaming homosexual.
well, I knew, yeah. So I guess, yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah,
And in fact, it was
That's
one
what I
of his
just
dear
said, because they're
gay
gay.
friends who is in The Bride.
yeah.
And he's a weird character. Like the
Oh,
whole thing about the miniature
so over
people
the
thing
top.
is just so fucking bizarre. Like, what the
That was
fuck
weird. Yeah,
does this have to do with Frankenstein? It's so fucking weird.
nothing
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the actual story.
I wouldn't be.
Uh,
No,
that's
it's
something
not
that
painless.
somebody guilty of doing it would say.
It's not
Yeah, this
painless.
is totally painless. Totally painless. They didn't feel a thing. Yeah, fuck.
It's not painless, man.
They were kicking and
Aneurysms-
screaming, but they didn't feel
Aneurysms
nothing.
absolutely fucking hurt, brother. No, I actually get weepy in a couple of scenes. When he's being tortured in this film, I got really emotional. And I cry every time watching that final scene in Bride of Frankenstein. When he tells Henry and
When he
Elizabeth to
pulls the
leave,
lever. Yeah.
and he looks, then he tells the other scientist, "You stay. We belong dead," and pulls that fucking switch. Tears coming down the monster's face. You can
Yeah.
fucking see Boris was crying.
Because she doesn't like him. She was made for him, and then she doesn't
It
like
hurt
him.
him.
That's
He
breaking.
wasn't
him, yeah.
angry. He was done with the pain.
She is screaming and hissing at him. And that's just. Well, like I said in the modern movie that we just watched and discussed on Wednesday, I'm done with men. That sums it up. That's the last line in the other movie.
Well, he likes the wine because the
No,
old
it's gin.
man.
It's gin, not wine. First it is,
Well, it's wine at the old man's house.
yeah, but the my only weakness thing. First he says, do you mind gin? It's my only weakness. And then he says the same fucking thing about cigars.
And that's when the
You
Frankenstein
want to smoke?
monster
That's my
says,
only weakness.
that's when the Frankenstein monster delivers the famous line, "I never drink wine."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Dracula, you idiot. They're monsters, they're all the same. Okay.
I've got to head out. Time to pick my little one up. Have a good afternoon. You too, buddy. And by the way, I would love to see the model you're building.
Oh yeah. Give us a picture of that when you're done. or even before that. We love miniatures and models and stuff.
Yeah, I've got a model kit sitting right behind me that we're going to build when she gets here. It's
I can't wait.
Yep, it's the Hughes 500D. It's the helicopter that TC, and we're going to paint that the proper color for TC's helicopter.
Yep.
I'm also going to look for
Man.
that scale pilot that is of a black guy, so we can put TC in the helicopter, and maybe have
Oh, yeah.
like someone that looks like Magnum PI being pushed out of the helicopter. That'd be
Okay,
funny.
you just turned building a model kit into building a diorama, but I'm fine.
Well, I
with
like
that.
dioramas. I love building
I do
dioramas and
too.
sculpting.
And totals.
I like turtles. I like turtles. Yeah, he changes his only weakness like 3 times. Well, that's sort of like the gag in the movie Airplane. Looks like I picked a bad day to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah.
Next thing you see, he's hanging from the rafters.
Yeah.
That's like the final thing, I think.
By the way, did I show the movie poster? No, I didn't. Hold on. This is from Blackenstein.
I wasn't gonna do that.
Well, there's no nipples, or at least if there were, they were painted out.
Yeah, but
I think
YouTube
they're
has been
just covered.
YouTube has been whiny enough with us the last 2 weeks.
I'm not worried about it. We shall overcome.
Martin Luther Kirk.
Fuck, it's all about equality.
Equality.
Of course, the famous "He's alive" line. Yeah. And then they repeat it in the second film. She's alive.
Yep.
Shut up, Tim.
Somebody's head right there in the gutter, isn't it?
Oh, we all
With the
do.
rest of us.
So what they do when they shoot this scene, they cut out the whole middle part where she's in the water drowning and he begins to panic. And instead they show her in there splashing one time and then immediately do a jump cut of him turning with a panic. And she's already under the water.
That scene is so sweet because
And
she's the only person not scared after seeing him.
Well, the fucking cool part of this scene is the
Yeah,
fact that
I know.
he was terrified of scaring her in this makeup. And she walked right over to him and grabbed his hand and walked him over there. And they just talked for a little bit. And it just put him completely at ease doing this scene with her.
Children are awesome. Some of them are assholes, but they can be awesome.
And the sad thing here is it's not out of malice again. She says, flowers are beautiful, throw beautiful things into the water to make them
And they
float.
float.
And then she's out of flowers, so he grabs her. He's like, "You're beautiful." He's trying to say in his own fucking not able to talk.
No, what he was trying to say is, in this pond, everybody flow.
Everybody.
It's sad, but it
Oh,
leads
there-
to the other scene in The Bride in the next movie where he rescues the shepherd.
Garo sent you a couple of pictures, Gary.
I'm on it.
Bye, Darren.
I have to save them.
Don't you hiss at me, you little
Bye,
shit.
Daryl. See you later, buddy. Oh, the tiger tank.
I don't know if my mic picks her up, but the cat is loose.
Oh, then that's a Panzer, and that is a tank destroyer.
I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
It'd be black. Did you say you'd be black? He is half black.
There, some Rocket Kitty for you guys.
Hey, kitty, kitty.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is what he sent. Oh, hold on, there's one missing.
Oh, she's getting a lot of love from the chat. She's cute, Tim, but she's also a shithead. She can be very annoying.
So for some reason,
John is here?
Annoying things come into your circle there, Anima. You attract annoying beings.
I know. But you know what the good thing is? We're a package deal. So for the rest of her
There you
life,
go.
she's going to annoy Gary.
All right, here
Oh.
you go, guys. This is some of Daryl's work, stuff he's doing right now.
Nice.
That's a Panzer and then a tank destroyer. And there we get
Are
to
you
see a
building
bunch
an
of them.
army, Darren? Wow.
And then a close-up of one of the things he's painting right now. That's what he's painting.
Very cool.
A lot of attention to detail there.
We have John and Joe listening in while they are at work.
Hey, Joe. Hold on.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. What do you know?
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, he's naive. He is. He literally doesn't know anything until
Yeah, but what they don't
happened.
know is that he's capable of learning. They think he's just a mindless monster, killing machine.
Right.
And he's not.
A lot.
He's a
lot
person.
like. Well, he's a lot like another creature that we all loathe.
Matt Damon.
He can be taught, but he's cheap. You know, you can replace him easily.
Yeah, like I like redneck Matt Damon. He's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah. Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons.
I remember the first time I saw him on Breaking Bad, he was kind of a disarming character because he was kind of so nice, and then he ends up being part of that group with his uncle or whatever it was. It ended up he was really, horrible person.
Why would you hold back, Monkey? Never hold back.
Yeah.
I have no
Let
ego.
it out. Let it out.
Daddy, chill. Daddy, chill.
I wonder how
Okay,
Zoe
so
said-
what's the big deal about being trans sounding? It's not like it's a big thing. It's okay.
What was that thing you used back in the 80s? Yamo?
Yamo, yeah. That was actually one of my the name of my production company back in the day, Yamo, or our production. Yamo Productions. Yamo. Get off of me, Yamo.
She has visions almost in both movies. She senses that something bad is going to happen. Here's your answer, Gary. Willie says, because I'm not that big of a dick, Gary.
Okay. All right. Look, man, I don't judge. Tiny dicks are fine.
The look on Gary's face says to me he's deep in thought or he's taking a shit. One of the, I can't tell which.
Yeah, he's at his desk, so I hope to God it's the first thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to show you something.
I hope we're not at the diaper stage yet, Charlie.
Everybody step back. Everybody step back while I whip this out.
Oh God. Don't leave it in.
All right, here
The
we
sheriff is near.
He says the sheriff is nearer. No, dag blam it.
Right, the sheriff's a gone.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Get ready.
Oh, here it comes.
Keep watching or you'll miss it.
That's right. There's Jamie. And
There's
his face
Charlie.
right there.
Yes, that's Charlie waiting for someone to drizzle something delicious in his mouth.
That's right.
Yes, he was in True Colors with John Cusack and
James Spader.
James Spader. Fucking weird dude, but good actor.
Yeah. Later known
There you
for
go,
the
guys.
Black Kid. Yeah.
That's Charlie.
Here's
That's
another love letter from Willie.
For the next, I think I'm going to go searching. For the next time, I'll get you a clip of me and Toy Soldiers doing some wonderful acting. I mean, just over, Oscar-worthy stuff. And it made the cut, too.
Did you mention how Whale dealt with the love triangle issue in Invisible Man? No. Jesus, Gary, we'll do that when we cover the film. No one wants to see your micropene. We refer to it as the weenus.
Oh God.
That's right. The weenus isn't
Who is
looking
we?
good this week there.
Who is we? Doesn't include me.
Schwanzstuka. Schwanzstuka.
Yeah, that
Thank you,
stupid
D-Bud.
pseudo-German word.
Schwanzstuka.
Yeah,
Wants
the
to be
killing
German
machine
is not.
was what Universal was thinking about before the film was about to begin filming, which was in August of 31. And that was what turned Bela Lugosi off. He didn't want to be just a killing machine. As he said, I was a star in Europe. I am not going to come here and play a scarecrow. Okay, Willie, take it easy, buddy.
Drizzle on, brother.
Drizzle. Drizzle for Sheila. All right, Jesus Christ. Willie, the Monkey King music, take care. All right. It went according to schedule and the budget doubled up to the highest number, but Daddy let him do it. Gave him the keys to the car and let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. This is really the one of the best shots you get to see of that archway and that European village in this film.
There's the dead girl.
More of it later.
And the dead girl with the father just heartbroken carrying her. That I must say that's one of my more, choky moments there is him just bringing her there like that.
And of course, one sock is up to the knee and the other one is down around her ankle.
Yeah.
That's such a classic thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like they knew what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. They had an idea.
And she's really good at playing dead.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the arms swing, usually that's a little bit stiff, but she's really good at playing dead or unconscious. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, her fake German.
Yeah, no.
Benny Hill used to do that too.
It's funny though.
Yeah, well, a lot of Brits did it because they were making fun of the Germans. What else could you do?
Yeah, they'd make fun
Right
of the
after.
Germans.
Yeah.
The Germans, Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll be great. You'll be swell. Oh.
I'm back.
There are people speaking German that are not Germans. Just saying.
Yeah.
The one that cracked me up is that video I shared the other day of a guy speaking absolute gibberish German. He was doing it. It sounds really funny the way he was doing it, but it was gibberish.
So, completely German.
He's that comedian that has a stutter, and he was complaining that when you get on a German flight, they'll start speaking in German and it'll go on like forever. Like just a lot of things are being said, and then all of a sudden, for English-speaking passengers, the plane is about to taxi, and then that's over. And he goes, "Wait a minute, what was he saying in German? It was a lot more than this."
The plane is about to take off.
Yep, it's like you said something, and then like the joke is, he goes, "Was it about me? It was about me, wasn't it?"
He said something about row number 8. I know I made that much out.
It not only was it loaded with fake Germans, it also had a little German. His name was Hans.
Stop it.
It's my favorite joke in the film. I also know a little German. His name is Hans. Bela Lugosi didn't like the grunting part, apparently, and he consulted the doctor hoping that he would agree with him. The part was stressing him too much.
It does get a little bit annoying.
I'll tell you what, Boris fucking knocked it out of the park. That's all I got to say.
He did, yeah.
I don't think the film would have done as well with Bella.
No. It would have been different, but it wouldn't have been as good. No.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. I don't want to play a goddamn scarecrow. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they found your friend impaled on this. It's an anal intruder. He says, I guess he didn't know much about the different currency here in Germany. It took our surgeons hours to wipe the smile off his face. One of my favorite Val Kilmer movies of all time. Top Secret.
Yes, it is. That movie is awesome.
German language. I got to tell you, until Anima spoke German to me, I have always considered it one of the ugliest languages. And she said, well, you've never heard someone from Vienna speak it. And then she spoke and I went, you're right. It's very pretty.
Yeah. A lot of folks say
and
that
it's
about,
not just because I want to touch you with my penis.
Right. I think saying about Russian, too. Russian sounds a little...
I know that when I say these jokes that I'm going to get a reaction out of both Martin and Anima.
Right.
Oh, my reaction is making another mark on the list of times I need to slap the shit out of you when I finally am reaching distance again.
You're going to have to squeeze those in. I swear, when y'all are physically together, you're going to have to, parcel them out. All right, this is your daily supply of slaps in the face based on...
Dude, go and watch the shows from last October where I was with him. I'm sitting right next to him and I'm slapping the shit out of him for the shit he says. I did that on camera.
Disclaimer. Here in Pop Culture Minefield, we disencourage the use of domestic violence. So
unless it's for Gary. Then we're fine.
Well, it's one of those things, like Sam Kinison once said, I don't condone spousal abuse. I'm just saying I understand it.
Yeah. And that's the thing nowadays. I mean, and it surprised me the other day when y'all had to stop a couple times and say, we can't condone, I'm used to be able to speak my mind. I got to learn that here you have to watch it. You know, being that you are joking about something doesn't make it okay. And some people
Yes. Sorry, YouTube has its word police out all the time. The little bots spying on us, looking to see if we're saying things that they find offensive, that might hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, they shut down some of it though because they were getting ridiculous. So they toned it down a bit. It's still ridiculous.
Okay.
They toned it down when people started suing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People started suing. And that you can fucking win.
Yeah.
In cases like that. So yeah, YouTube started understanding like, hey, we better rein that shit and fire some of these people.
Yeah. I mean, the words common sense mean nothing to a lot of folks. You can't operate on that.
Oh, the BBC is the worst. This episode has sexual violence and
foul language.
Violence. No, it's something else. Sexual violence and abuse of a minor. If you have issues with these scenes and they find them too disturbing, please call this number or visit this link. And I'm like, oh my God, you fucking pussies. Stop it.
Enabling the whole point of these people.
That's all they're doing. They're enabling these fucking whiny runts. I said runts.
Right, runts.
But I meant cunts.
I was gonna say I see what you're saying there. See what you're doing.
Yeah, what I did there was I wanted to make Martin and Anima laugh. And I succeeded. I meant cunts. I mistakenly said runts. I meant cunts. Which is a flip on the joke from Brian and Family Guy.
Right.
Wow, your daughter's become a real whiny runt. And Lois looks at him, she goes, Brian, he goes, what? I said runt.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that's the BBC who says that, and that particular word in England is not, or in the UK.
Yeah, but
is not
you've got
as,
all the pussies over there are trying to make it that now.
Yeah.
You need to stop saying that word. Like women say it. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. It's like, what
this
word?
Is one of the most annoying ones. That you get
I still
punished
don't
for
trust
saying
him on
their
that
real
one,
name.
Snorty.
I don't.
don't
It annoys the shit out of me.
that we can't say that
That's
word.
like-
I still think
Yeah.
they're watching for it.
It's like ignoring a part of history. What the fuck?
All I know
What's
is
it
some of the
now?
people in our chat have experienced when they posted something, somehow it was offensive and YouTube didn't let it go through. It had to be approved. Martin's been
Penny
catching this
posted
shit.
smileys the other day. Fucking emojis.
Yes.
And it got held for review. What the fuck, YouTube?
I love this black windmill.
Yeah,
It's
that's
my
gorgeous.
favorite set piece in this movie.
And we get to see it in the second one too.
How? They turn shit
It
to the ground.
starts.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
because
left of it?
it opens with it. You know, when
Yeah.
she says, well, the story's, Mary Shelley says, the story's not finished. And she begins telling the story of the bride. And it opens after it's been burnt down.
It's still burning.
Yeah, it's like moments after this film.
Yeah, they find him and they think he's dead and bring him home, and then they discover he's not dead. And yeah, we'll discuss that tomorrow. I can't wait.
All right, this is Ford.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. I bet his friend doesn't put him up on a podcast where he was working as an extra.
Are you complaining about being here?
No. I was just making fun of that. That's my claim to fame.
Actually, I stayed that to Gary because we were hanging out earlier and watching The Bride for tomorrow. Then he said, yeah, let's head over there. And I said, see you at work. He didn't like that.
Yeah, it's not work for me if I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. But so you're picking up on The Bride tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'll be able to join you, but I'll try.
It's Frankenstein weekend.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. That's right.
Shut up, Igor.
Igor.
Exactly, Igor.
What hump?
You know, the name Igor automatically brings my mind to the Discworld. You know the books? Terry Pratchett?
Oh, it's not my wheelhouse.
One of the species that he has on the Discworld are the Igors. And they keep inheriting parts from their fathers and changing them, and they're basically Frankenstein monsters. They work on each other, and they are very good surgeons, obviously. They are all called Igor.
Oh, he fainted. He's dead. These guys with the hats there, it looks like a bunch of reporters from another 30s movie or something. You know, like, come on, let's get some pictures.
All right, I'm going to take this Mona Lisa and you take the Bronx.
Well, I'm going to need to sign off. I've got company arriving here shortly. So,
oh, the hooker going to show up now?
Yeah, and you know I pay by the minute. So
don't be so jealous, Gary.
I'm starting my list of times I need to slap him when I see him next. So don't worry, I've got my list started now.
Yeah, you might see him before I do because
there won't be anything left to slap at that point. Once again, everyone, we are joshing. Joshing is akin to
Before he goes, I do want to do this. First of all, this episode is brought to you by Backdoor Beaver with real beaver anal gland butter. You have not enjoyed popcorn until you've had Beaver Backdoor popcorn.
Backdoor Beaver popcorn.
Also, just as a reminder, remember, Keith is always judging you.
That's how old Gary is. He needs everything in writing now so he can speak it properly.
He's always judging you.
And tomorrow we will be doing this episode. Our tomorrow show is going to be about the Bride of Frankenstein. And of course, you know, Kim Jong-il here is saying that Ursa Ranchester was a rear babe. I'm trying to read this. But there we go. Take care, Charlie.
More poopas.
Arrivederci,
America. Don't forget, Father Guido Sarducci says, Arrivederci, America.
Bye, Charlie.
Bye.
Ciao, buddy. Nice beaver.
Yeah.
Thanks, I just had it stuffed.
Well, let me help you with that.
I'm going to be out of town most of tomorrow, so I'll have to catch the replay. Okay, buddy. Glad you're able to hang out with us today. There was a 1935 reissue of this film, except that
Charlie clearly has been finding the 3 buttons to click.
That I know. There was a 1935 reissue of this film, except that the gratuitous violence, the "I know what it feels like to be God" line with the Maria throwing were exercised from the final cut, which is fucked up. And of course, the movie ends with the question mark, who played the monster? Always thought that was dumb. This is one of my favorite paintings for the movie. It's the kind of painting you would see in places like train stations or subways or the L. Carl Lammel presents, even though it's Carl Lammel Jr. that made all this happen. And kind Kind of hoping that the arrows would pop up, but they're not doing it. So, oh well. But that's one of my favorite posters. I really like that one. So that's it. Charlie's gone. Our show is over. And we will be back again mañana for another episode of us yammering about movie making, movies, and the movie that we're actually watching. Something.
Maybe.
Tomorrow, I'm going to practice something Dark Side Frankenstein. I'm going to be practicing tomorrow how to do a live stream and a watch along through Discord. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow too. At least I will. I don't know about anybody else. No guarantees.
Is that going to be the morning show?
What?
When is that going to happen tomorrow?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just going to practice it. We need to go to the main stage because that song's not in here.
Okay, let me do it.
There we go.
Yes, it worked.
I'm so lonely, so lonely, so lonely inside real alone.
It amazes me that not only can he stay in character, but he still sounds good when he's singing.
Oh yeah, he can sing.
Yeah, Trey Parker. Yeah, he's got a very good voice. He wrote a song that was nominated for an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah. Blame Canada.
I'll play it for you. I won't play it to the show because we'll get copyright. But yeah, we're going to get the hell out of here. Penny, did you hear what we said about you? That Anima and I wouldn't have met it if you hadn't had your son. So we thank you. Because if not for you, we wouldn't have met, she and I. So you played a big part in our falling in love.
It is true.
So I want to thank Gambit, Snorty, Slasher Fred, Andy Morrow, Daryl Brewer's already gone, Sandra Hammerschlag, Willie the Monkey King's Music, who is also already gone, Penny, of course, Andy Masterson, and D. Bud Martin, along with the awesome one. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I mean it. It's wonderful. We just like doing this. This is something fun to do. It's not work. This is just fun. And I love talking about movies and making jokes. Carl LaMello Sr. didn't like horror films until they started fucking bringing in money. Then he loved them.
Yeah.
But once again, if not for his son, it wouldn't have happened. Have a rejuvenating weekend. You too, Genghis. And by the way, we're going to have Mark D'Antonio on Monday, Genghis. Really? And we're going to be talking about not just 3-Eye Atlas, but the other one I just forgot the name of, C25 2025 R2. We're going to be talking about both of them on Monday because I don't see any serious astronomical people talking about C25 R2.
You should say that that is KGRA. That is not Pop Culture Minefield.
Yeah, it's not a Pop Culture. Yeah. Well, Genghis knows that. And I do post it when we do the show. Yeah, you know, I fucking love Mark D'Antonio. I also like Mark Center. I like him, but I love Mark D'Antonio. I like sort of like Mark Center. Sort of. No, he's my friend. I'm teasing.
It sucks that they don't have D'Antonio more on that show that we're watching.
Yeah, they don't have him on enough. This is the guy who fucking knows his shit, and all they ever do, they don't talk to him about the science. They just talk to him about, because he's a video expert, how to spot visual effects. And it's like, come on, he's more than that.
You can use him more, yeah. And I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that one tomorrow, buddy. So we're going to get the hell out of here. I want everybody to have a great Friday, safe Friday. Don't forget, John will be playing later. And if you get bored watching John get his ass handed to him playing the same fucking game for years, you can always go over and watch Friday Night Frolics with Doomcock.
He is getting close to a year. He's like week 42.
Yeah, like, come on, dude. It took me, how many months did Martin, did it take me to finish Blade Runner? Like 2 months, 3 months?
I don't
I
know.
beat the
Man,
game,
but man,
won the game.
This
What's that?
game is so long. He's just playing 2 hours.
Well,
a
he's
week.
also playing the additional download.
Yeah, he's playing. There are two games back to back with all the additional DLC.
And he's
It's
only playing
long.
once a week. So yeah, I get why it takes so long. But
And I understand Genghis. I understand Mark better because I'm a science guy. And I like it when Brandenburg comes on because then I can start talking about physics and the shit that fascinates me. And the same thing with D'Antonio, man. I fucking love talking to him. In fact, he messaged me 2 nights ago because he did a live stream on Facebook. And I said, I'm going to be there. And I watched it. It was really good. I don't know, man. I love Mark. I think he's a great dude. Plus, you know, he's got that close association with Douglas Trumbull because he worked for Doug Trumbull. And Doug Trumbull is one of my heroes, you know, when it comes to doing visual effects and basically being a cutting edge creator. And I just love Doug Trumbull. And he worked with him. And so he and I have been talking. And by the way, Genghis, all of you guys, if you can think of something for us to do to bring Mark on, because he wants to come on the show to talk about visual effects involving like Doug Trumbull and the stuff that he got to work on himself. If you guys think of anything, message me privately on Facebook, not through the Pop Culture account, through my personal account, because I don't read messages over on the PCM account. But I deeply appreciate it because I love Mark, and he and I have had so many great conversations about science fiction and visual effects and how Doug Trumbull changed everything. Dykstra gets some credit, but it's Doug Trumbull. And it's the reason the effects suck in Firefox is because they changed visual effects supervisors because Doug Trumbull had to go do Blade Runner. And so therefore he couldn't do Firefox, and they brought in Dykstra, and Dykstra did the reverse matting process, which I'm telling you, he did not do very well. And Trumbull would have fought Clint Eastwood about the color of the fucking plane. What he would have come up with is that what we'll do is we'll do a dark color and remove the color later to make it look like black. That's what would have happened. I'm telling you, Doug Trumbull wouldn't have lost that argument with Clint Eastwood. Big fan of the classic Land of the Lost. And yes, absolutely. Absolutely. God damn, man. I love Mark D'Antonio. Just what a fucking nerd. So we sat around after a show and talked for like an hour one day. Anima was asleep, and I'm like, I don't have to rush anywhere. It was after one of the radio shows. And so he and I hung around and talked for a fucking hour about nerd shit. And I said, well, you got to go and I need to go. Let's just end it here, buddy. We'll talk some other time. And so I'm looking forward. We'll probably do it again on Monday after the show. Sit around and talk for a little bit. And what I'll do, Genghis, I'll bring that up because Land of the Lost is a show that doesn't get enough love. And it's some of the writing, because you had great fucking writers. DC Fontana, David Gerald, great fucking writers on that show. And it was kind of like Star Trek, but, you know, in the way it was written. And I really liked that. Season 1 was the best season. I was pissed when they wouldn't give the actor that played the dad his pay raise. He deserved it. And they bring in the uncle. And it's like, that was fucking weird. But I still love the show no matter what. But anyway, if you guys have any ideas about Mark D'Antonio, something that we could be talking about on the show and have him on as a guest, instead of doing a movie, we'll talk about something else, dealing with like several movies. We can talk about the visual effects and shit. So
I would love that.
Sure. If you think of it now, it had some really amazing aspects to it. I fucking love the sci-fi aspect of it, Genghis, because there was a sci-fi, there was a time travel thing. You know, there was all kinds of crazy shit in that show. Every time they found a new place, there was something they learned. John's game stream tonight. There you go. Thank you, D-Bud. I appreciate that, buddy. Please don't forget that. Click the notification so you get notified, okay? We're going to get the hell out of here, guys. Love you guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll all be here tomorrow. And until then, man, just keep on trucking. Have a good Friday. Please be safe and be mindful. There's a lot of drunks out on the road on Fridays and Saturdays, so be safe. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Matt Damon.